What's going on, everyone? I am Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. This video is going to be extended commentary on a live stream that I did a couple days ago. I'll put a link in the description box in the comment section as well. And I spoke about what was actually a response to a video that 50 Cent did. It was like an interview he did with Van Lathan. And one of the main reasons why I did the particular live stream response was because it was very interesting to hear 50 Cent's point of view on this, because we all know 50 Cent to be a troll. We all know that he trolls people. I believe he's even trolled his own son, it seems. But he really spoke honestly about his relationship with his eldest son and the issues there. The fact that he feels like he was spoiled, the fact that he feels like his baby's mother did a number on him, so to speak. And this is a common occurrence, I believe, in a lot of situations with babies' mothers and babies' fathers, exes, so to speak. When, the mother is raising the kid and she feels some type of way about the father, and instead of her just keeping the issues between her and the father, she raises the son to have disdain toward the father. Because we all know that if a woman raised her son to not hold his father, I wouldn't say accountable, but to not be angry at his father if they had a disagreement, then a lot of times those kids wouldn't grow up with the emotions that they have. I just felt like the older his son Marquise got, the more apart his father was, because his mother was going more and more at 50 Cent, continuing to want to get support from him. And this isn't just a 50 Cent thing. I mean, this happens a lot, especially growing up in a black community. I saw it a lot, and I see where you will have a mother who, because she doesn't like the baby's father, she will turn him against his father. And it's a shame. So when you have these particular situations, okay, as a parent, you should never try to have your kids be upset at the father, especially if the father is taking care of them, especially if the father is in their life. Why do that? So a lot of times when you have a father who is in the spotlight, a father who's making a lot of money, okay, if he's taking care of those responsibilities, he's tried to be in your life. At some point, 50 Cent felt like he had to let go. He felt he had to let go because of the fact that, it's just not going to work out. I've tried. He's older now. He even explained in a response video that he's older, and there's just no reason to keep trying to make a relationship with somebody who's already they've chosen where they want to be. They've chosen that they don't necessarily accept me as their father, and you know what, I think he's okay with that. So a lot of times, I think us as human beings, we tend to, well, obviously not all of us, but I think a lot of us, we're allowing our emotions to get the better of us. And I think that 50 Cent's baby mother has allowed her emotions to get the better of her, because I truly feel like she felt like she was short. She got the short end of the stick, even though 50 Cent took care of her, bought her house, paid her a lot of money each month, to the point to where Marquise is going to the jewelry shop to buy chains. I wonder where he got that money from, because according to 50, he wasn't working. He got that money because of the support he was paying, so to speak. Because we do know that there are babies' mothers out there that use that support money for things other than support. They spend it on themselves, and at some point they'll spend it on their kids, you know. Usually when they want their kid to side with them, and I think that's what happened with Marquise. So in doing the live stream, I took phone calls, and there were a couple of guys that called in who were in defense of Marquise and his mother. They were in defense of the fact that there's just a lot of deadbeat dads out there, you know? And when you have a lack of father figures out here, man, it's detrimental. Now, I can understand you having a different point of view. You know, people can disagree with me. People can have their own point of view. But looking back at it, it just seemed to me that because you have men who grow up without fathers, man, they tend to believe the mother and that she did everything right, even though she never had a job. I think that there's too many women who get comfortable with child support or with spousal support. That's just the privilege of being a woman, especially in this country, even though you have women that will claim that they don't have it easy, you know, that it's just so difficult. It's so difficult, okay? It's so difficult that you have all these programs that are geared towards helping you no matter what. You have all these government benefits just off you having kids that you probably don't even want. But you get custody of them so you can get those benefits and so you can get support. It's like when you have celebrity men that get divorced, right? And you know that the mother does not want them kids, but she takes them anyway because she knows that they are the key to her getting more money as far as spousal support or child support. But you look on her social media and she's on beaches, she's out with her girlfriends. She may have a picture here to her kids. Not saying that you have to, but I'm just saying you care more about your image and trying to look good for the men on social media than you actually do about being a mother, you know? Or trying to pursue whatever career you're doing that doesn't require you doing much work. I think that there are a lot of men who want to be fathers. I'm not making excuses for those men. You know, we do have a lot of men too that don't want to be fathers, who get women pregnant and then they duck from responsibility. But, you know, a lot of times those traits were there and you have women who overlook them for whatever reason. They overlook the fact that those guys just aren't father material. I understand that it takes two in that situation, but you have a lot of bitter baby mothers out here who will use their kids against the father. They will. And they don't care that it's detrimental to that young male or female. It's detrimental to have an adversarial relationship with a guy who's taking care of you. And you have never, since you broke up with the child's father, been able to find anybody who's able to do half of the things for you as, you know, 50 has done with his baby mother. You know, she still has not had anybody in her life who were able to do the things for her that he did. And I don't think she ever will. You know, even getting her assets done with the last check of spousal support, so she can attract that guy that could continue to fund her lifestyle. I don't think she's found that yet, because she still continues she tried to go at 50 for more spousal support. Listen, I don't believe that any woman, I don't care how bad your relationship is with the father, as long as he's taking care of his responsibilities, you should be able to allow him in that child's life. I think a lot of these women, they will keep the child from the father, and a lot of men just won't fight, because what's the point? Because all she's gonna do is use the courts against you. All she's gonna do is call the police on you. And a lot of men just say, you know what, I'll just pay the support. I see them when I can. Then once that child is older, now all of a sudden you want him with the father. All of a sudden you want them to have a relationship. Why? Because they're a teenager. You know that support is about to dry up because you can't deal with them. They won't listen to you. So you want to put them off on the father now? What about trying to put him in the father's life when he was younger? Why didn't you do that? Because you realize that he's going to leave the nest anyway? So you said, well, shit, you take care of him now. And that situation happens a lot. And it's sad. It really is. Because it just shows you where their mindset is. They was willing to deal with having that kid and taking care of him because they knew that it was an incentive. It was an incentive to do all those things. Now there's no incentive, so there's no point in doing those things anymore. Now, I believe that most men, if they're in these situations with the child's mother, they should pursue full custody. Why not? Even though there are judges out there that don't like the fact that men want custody because in their minds they believe that the child should be with the mother. You're gonna have other women who are gonna feel some type of way, like with Matt Barnes. When Matt Barnes pursued custody of his sons, there were a lot of women who didn't like that because in their minds, because they may have grown up in a single parent household with a single mother, they believe that the child should only be with the mother. And that's not accurate. Okay? But if you're going to continue to use that child against the father, that father has every right to say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm done. I want out. As far as paying support to somebody who's doing nothing but using those kids against me. I want full custody. I'm tired of paying support and not being able to see my kid. She going to court trying to get more and more money because she's probably dating some male who doesn't work, so she has to take care of him too. She's carrying the financial burden, so she wants to come back to me for more money. I don't want to deal with it. So you really have to look at those things. But with 50 Cent, I think you can say whatever you want to say about the guy, but you can't say that he did not support his son and try to be in his life. But I think at some point he just said, you know what? He'll come to me eventually and he'll see his mother for who she is.